Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our program tonight. And we are back in session.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
So, welcome everyone to Mom's Night In, a weekly program for faith-filled moms. I'm Markeisha Green, and tonight, Shira Verdecia is joining us. Don't just wave, say something, Shira. Don't do this like that. Don't do me like that.
Hey, Markeisha. How's it
As
going?
you can see, that it's just the two of us holding it down, holding down the hem.
It is.
So, as you all know, our fearless leader, Tanya May event is away. She is currently doing her mom thing, uh, barbecue banquet, a banquet.
Barbecue.
Listen, I'm hungry. A sister hungry. Okay, banquet with her daughter. So, Tanya, if you're watching,
Yes.
please come back. Please come back. Please come back. Last week we had Erica, is it Riggins Brown?
Yep.
What's her name? With Sister I Got Your Back.
Yes.
Which is her organization, correct? And she shared that they have a conference out in Stamford, Connecticut, March 13th to the 16th. If you all did not watch that show, please go back, look at the rebroadcast with YouTube or Facebook. It was such a powerful show about we as Christian women, just women in general, women of color, women, having each other's back. There were so many nice nuggets and interesting things that she said, that and truths, and just how to conduct, ourselves, and how we should be treating each other as women, and especially as Christian women. So if you are interested in that, I'm trying to see if we still had the flyer, but if you are interested in attending that that conference, again, it's in Stamford, Connecticut, March 13th to the 16th. If you use the discount code FFM, meaning Faith-Filled Moms, FFM, when you register at www.sisterigotyourback.com. Did I have it on the banner? I do not, but I'm going to put it up there real quick because I'm doing double duty.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So while Markeisha is putting that up, I just want to welcome everybody in the chat. Just so happy to have everybody with us tonight. I see Sheila on. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Carmen is on, our faithful Carmen, always on. And just so happy to have you joining us, and we're continuing to pray for you. Our dear friend Ann is on, and we love you too. And Nicole is on as well. Saying good evening, Faith-Filled Moms family. And yes, as you can see, the whole family is here.
Yes. And again, please share again where you're coming from. I see that again, we've got Carmen. It is just so good to see you. We got Sheila. Let me put up some of those comments. Yeah. And there's Ann. Hi, Ann. And Nicole and I are going to Iceland in a couple weeks. Nicole, you ready? Girl, you ready?
Nice. And our mother Elaine is on, another faithful, Faith-Filled Moms community member. We're just so happy to have you on with us every week. Nicole Rose is on. It's so good to see you again.
And Carmen says, thank you.
So yes, everybody who's watching tonight, please invite family, friends to join us tonight, because we will be having a Faith-Filled Moms, Mothers and Daughters nights in, as you can see. And invite your daughters, invite your nieces, cousins, friends, sisters, and hopefully tonight will encourage different conversations to be sparked between all family members, especially moms and daughters, but all family members. We've been enjoying ourselves. Hi, Doris. Oh, Doris Ann is on. She's a member of Tabernacle of Faith, and we're so happy to have you on joining us tonight too. Sister Vicky is on, another faithful member. So yeah, just keep on joining in. Like I said, invite your family, your friends to join us tonight. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. If you and definitely continue to let us know where you're joining from. Hello to Jennifer Zink.
Yes, hi. It is always such a pleasure to see Jennifer. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Awesome. So this season we are in our holiday time, and we take our little break sort of during the Christmas season. But this season has just been amazing. We started off in September strong with powerful stories from powerful moms. And we just want to keep that going. So in September, just to recap briefly, we had stories from moms who experienced premature births. Then in October, we talked to moms who through a lot of bravery and courage, shared their testimonies and their stories with different various types of abuse. And then in November, we were able to hear from some moms who were speaking about the loss of their father. And we continue to pray for all of those moms that were on, and those families who their story is still being written, as are many of ours. So we look forward to what January has for us, and how this season will continue to go, and what God has planned. So again, share, invite everyone, and we're going to get started. We always like to start off with, our mission statement, just to remind everyone what Faith-Filled Moms is all about. And we are a community of moms that provide biblical and emotional support and content to bring hope, encouragement, and inspiration to women facing difficult seasons in life. So you do not necessarily have to be a mom to be a part of the Faith-Filled Moms community, but we are all about supporting each other, and really building that sisterhood and that community. Again, just looking in the chat, happy to see Iris on, joining from is that North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Yep.
And then Anne had a question about Tanya in FaceTime. Unfortunately, no, she's at a volleyball banquet with her youngest daughter, so she won't be able to join us at all. She is truly doing her mom thing, and when she's doing her mom thing, she is focused on her girls. So.
Absolutely, but we are definitely going to pass on the love, and she will be able to go back and view this segment. Yep. So we're going to get started. We're going to pray in, and then we're going to get started. So dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for bringing us together again, and in this special segment where we have this opportunity to speak with our daughters, God. We pray that you are in the midst of these conversations, that you watch over us, God, and we ask that you be with us, be with our technology, and be with our conversation, God, and that you pull out of these conversations what you would want for us and for our audience, God. And we ask that you bless everyone who is a part of this session tonight, whether a part of the session or viewing the session. And we thank you for everything. We continue to pray for everyone in our Faith-Filled Moms community, a special prayer over our Faith-Filled Moms team members who may be dealing with some specific things in their family, God. And we ask that you continue to cover all of us. In the precious name of Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Amen. And as a reminder, don't forget to stop by our website. Make sure you check out our website. Lots
Yes.
of blogs and resources from our past shows. And just, it's a great experience at faithfieldmoms.org.
Awesome. Awesome. So tonight, as I said, we have a special segment. Our daughters are joining us where you can see mine right now, and Marquisha's will be on in just a minute. So I'm going to introduce my two girls. Some of you may know them. I'm sure you've heard about them more than enough, but now you get to see them. So over here, yawning because she's almost done with me, is my lovely Layla, my 17-year-old angel. She is diagnosed with autism, and you have heard a lot about her and her journey and everything that God has been doing in her life and blessing her. So, Layla, you want to say hi to everybody? Hi. And then over here, sort of in the camera, is my daughter, Larissa. She's 14. And it's a special treat because she was actually supposed to be at her stage theater practice tonight, but she was able to stay home and hang out with me. So you want to
love it. I love it.
There you go. That's about all you're gonna get.
You got to come in the camera a little bit. We can't see you too well. Hiding back there.
She'll get there.
Yeah, eventually.
So these are my lovely daughters, and now Marquisha's going to tell you all about hers.
So I am the proud mother of two wonderful, outstanding, fantastic, stupendous, wonderful young women. My oldest is Zori. She's 29 years old. She is the director of sports medicine at Lincoln University. I just love how that just rolls off my tongue. It just rolls off my tongue like that, right? Right?
Beautiful.
And my youngest daughter, you all have already seen. She was on when we did our grief in the holiday segment, and I revealed that, for me, the holidays are a very difficult time. My youngest daughter's name is Zaina. She is 24 years old, and she is a medical laboratory scientist at the University of Maryland Hospital. So without further ado, let me bring my girls out. Here is Zori Green, and this would be Miss Zaina Green.
Hi, Zori. Hi, Zaina. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey.
Good.
Anne had a question about Larissa's performance. What is her performance? What is she working on?
You want to tell them, or you want me to tell them? You want me to do it? Okay, go ahead.
So, I am part of the stage crew. We are currently working on the set design for our spring musical.
You want to tell them what the musical is?
I believe it's Shrek the Musical.
Nice. All right. Well, let's get this party started.
Oh, yeah. So I think Layla is starting off with our first question.
So today we're going to let our daughters ask us questions. No holds barred. We're going to answer the questions. So, God help us.
Go ahead, Layla.
What is your favorite memory of us?
My favorite memory of us. I would have to say I'm gonna go pretty far back. There's quite a few of them, but I'll go back. I'll go back to the really early days when you were first born. And no, you were like 2. Well, no. I gotta get my timeline right.
How old was the child?
I want to say she was like 10 months. Okay, so you were 10 months. Mm-hmm. You were 10 months old. And we were living in our first place. We were just starting out. And your dad was working, and he worked like 13-hour days back then. And during Layla's first couple of years, I had like taken a break from working and everything, and I was a stay-at-home mom. And we were starting out, like we didn't have very much. And I remember at one point our car broke down, and it was like, if you were, it was probably like November, and I have no idea why, but it was it was especially cold that year. And I would bundle you up. It was just us two. We spent the whole day together, and I would bundle you up. And we had this little grocery store about 7 blocks from us. And it was so funny. Like when you saw her, you could see like this little teeny part of her face, and that was it. She was like a little pillow. And we would walk up to this grocery store, and I would, go grocery shopping and stuff like that. And grab a little stuff we needed and come back home, and that was like our daily,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just us for like that first, I want to say definitely that first year, probably like that first year and a half, and then I like started like back to work and stuff. It was just us every single day. So every single day, like especially when it was cold, I would bundle her up. She had this snowsuit that she couldn't fit in because she was a preemie, so she was tiny even then, and she was just like this in a snowsuit, just arms and legs stuck straight out. And
Yes.
and I remember those days. I like I said, the Bible says despise not thy small beginnings, but I really, and not but rather, sometimes I actually miss those days when it was just like life was so quiet back then. Life was so quiet.
Zaina actually had that same question, right? Did you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What is your favorite memory of us? I have so many favorite memories. But I have to say those memories of us where it's just the three of us, the three amigos just doing stuff, whether we are I would say like our first time when we went to Disney. When we went to Disney, that first time we had a ball. First of all, I drove all the way from Delaware down to Orlando.
More power
in a Pontiac Bonneville.
In a Pontiac
First off.
In a Pontiac Bonneville.
All right.
That was notorious for breaking down.
Oh God.
Yeah. And we just drove, and we would play that license plate game. We played the license plate.
I love the license plate game.
Right. And we almost got all 50 states, especially when we went and we stayed in at Shades of Green, because Shades of Green is the military actually has a resort at Disney. And so people from all over the country are there. So we saw Alaska, we saw
Quebec.
Things, yeah. So yes, Three Amigas, but the movie is Three Amigos.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a question down in Marquisha. Share, how did you come to name your girls? You want to go first?
So actually, both of their names mean beautiful in different languages. Zori's name means beautiful in Kiswahili, and Zaina's means beautiful in Arabic.
I love it. I love it. I probably don't have that much to my story. My husband and I always wanted our daughters' names to be part of an essence of our names. So my husband's name is Lewis. So that's where they get the L's from. And honestly, the funny part is we just looked at them when they were born. We did not pick out their names before they were born. We looked at them and they were just, Layla was pretty fast. We were just like, she's a Layla, she's a Layla. And Larissa, the spelling of their names is a little unique. I wanted them to both have Y's in the middle of their names. So,
and they do have that.
But and Larissa, we did play around with a few names before she was born, and we were like, we just can't decide. And then when she was born, same thing. We looked at her and we was like, she's a Larissa, plain and simple.
Yeah, and I've told them both that as soon as I looked at them, I knew what their names were, even though I had names all written down. Yeah. So let's move on. Zori, your question.
Yes. So, Mom, Why did you join the military?
Because I was broke and had nothing else to do. No,
Alrighty.
that was actually part of it.
Well,
That was part of the reason. Well, I had always wanted to join the military.
Mhm.
Had always thought about it. In fact, I had thought about joining the Navy, the Naval Academy. But I wasn't too sure if I could pass their PT test, and I didn't like swimming. So I put it off and thought, okay, well, I guess I couldn't do it. And then I thought about joining the Marine Corps because, yeah, as you know, their grandfather is a Marine. My dad, men in my family were either Marines or they were in the Army. So I thought about joining the Marine Corps, but it would require me to be away from Zori at the time. I just had Zori. It would require me to be away from Zori for almost 3 years. So I thought that wasn't an issue. And then I was actually teaching at a high school here, and they one of the recruiters, National Guard recruiter, came in and was talking to the students set up. And I said to him, I said, I always wanted to do that. And he said, you still can. And I found that I could, go in between school in the summers. I did boot camp. And then I did my military specialty in between summers. And then the rest is history. But it really was, to supplement my income, because by that time I was a single mom, and I needed the extra money. Okay, Zaina, give me 1 second because Mikey is doing something. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I think the next question is Larissa. So we'll go ahead with her.
When were you proudest of me?
Oh boy. I'm proud of you every day because you work really, really hard. I probably have to say when I was proudest of you was, honestly, this is an interesting one. You excel at everything you do and you work really, really hard. But a personal moment that I was really proud of you was, so you started middle school during the pandemic, which I knew was really, really hard. And you had to wear a mask, and it was kind of scary because everybody was stay away from people,
Mm-hmm.
So I remember there was a time when it was really hard for you to you didn't want to take off your mask and you had gotten really comfortable with it. So the moment that you stopped wearing it, I think it was midway through 7th grade, and you were just, I'm not going to wear it anymore. And you just kind of became comfortable with it. It kind of happened like that. But I was really proud of you that moment because you faced the fear, in a sense. You faced the fear and you conquered it. And you've been killing it ever since. I think Zaina, you had a question. Oh, go ahead, Maria.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was going to say, just to highlight one of the comments. Yes, Iris, I am retired Army, 22 years. Cool. Benita said she's a military girl. Anne has another question, but I think what we're going to do with the questions is we're going to leave them for the end.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Yes, she is very quiet and laid back. Mm-hmm.
Yes, very.
My question was the same thing for my mom. When were you the proudest of me?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that when I come on, I'm very proud to begin with. So to say what is my proudest moment, there are several of proudest moments, but I think that for me, you both graduating from college, Zori, when you got your master's, the athletic training, seeing that whole dream, seeing it through, and now look at where you're at. I just get, I tell people that all the time. I told her I want a name tag that says the boss's mom. That's what I need. I shall have Heather Moore from this point on.
I love it.
Zaina, you graduated from college. I thought that was, yes, it was, for me, it was a very, very proud moment because both of you picked majors that were not easy. And
it almost
you
killed me.
excelled. It did. It did. There was a lot of gnashing teeth and, boo-hooing and everything. And, and you said, Mom, get yourself together. I'm going to be all right. And, eventually, it was, and we were all right. And so, and on top of that, you had a job when you were finished. Like nothing, no stone unturned, Zori, same thing, just come right on out, did your thing. And that for me is just, that seamless transition, and just to see you all accomplish, finish what you all started and accomplish, your dreams, your goals, and continue to excel. You all are still, reaching and continuing on. So for me, that's my proudest moment. I know, right?
I tried so hard to get that degree.
You did, and you did well, and maintained an A average. Like
I did, yeah. I was cum laude.
Yes, you did.
And then my next question for you is, what do you think of the direction that my life is going now that I'm an adult?
I think it's going great. Listen, I will say that you both got it a lot more going on for you than I did at your age. Zaina, and you, Zori, when I was your age, by the time I was Zori's age, I had you both. And didn't really have too much time for myself and figuring me out because I was your mom. And I needed to make sure you guys were okay, because it was just me, and I had your grandmom and your grandpa and everything, but for the most part, it was me. And I think when I was Zori's age, you were 7, and Zaina, you were 2. And so, that was a lot. But to see you coming into your own, finding your voice, knowing who you are, stepping in your truth, being empowered, being the woman of, purpose and of favor that I have always wanted both of you to be. I can't be any prouder or pleased with the direction of how your life is going. You've got a young man who loves you unconditionally, who's going to, you both found your forever person. Meanwhile, I got these 2 dogs, these 2 cats, but just knowing that, you all are creating your own legacies and lives, and you are, wonderful, like truly wonderful children of God. You both are my greatest blessing.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Of course. Don't get me off at Klimt. Y'all know I lost my tear ducts in the war. Y'all know I lost my tear ducts in the war. Can't do that. Okay.
Oh my gosh. It just got me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Guys,
No,
keep it together.
Let me put up some thingies.
Get it together.
Awesome.
Yes. Sorry.
nothing like the favor of God. They are nothing like the favor of God, Mother Elaine. I thank God every day for these two girls. Every
Mhm.
day. I cannot imagine what my life would be like if I did not have these two. They truly saved me. They truly have kept me motivated. They are the reason why I do what I do. And when I am not behaving myself, I just say, what would Zori and Zaina do? If they knew how you were behaving. They are
Yeah.
my biggest moral compass. Like I cannot, because being a teacher, I see how things can go wrong. And I'm just so thankful and so blessed to have raised these kids.
I love
All
that. It's a
right.
beautiful thing to see a mom and her daughters in their 20s. And just the way that you know, talk to each other and to hear those, to be able to give each other your flowers now. And
Uh-huh.
I'm looking forward to, while I'm not in a rush for
Yeah.
my two baby girls to grow up, I am looking forward to what it will be like being a mom
Mhm.
when they're in their 20s. No rush.
Mhm.
No rush.
Right.
No
Right.
rush.
Because I blinked and all of a sudden I had grown women
I mean, I'm
who
still
tell
trying to
me
wrap my
what to
head
do.
around 17 and 14 to high school.
Yeah.
That's not just we're not gonna go there, but
Mhm.
it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing to see. I
We still
think
call it every minor inconvenience.
Yes, at every minor
got it.
inconvenience.
Got it. So I
On
have
the
that
phone.
to look forward to. Okay.
Yes.
Texting.
Yeah.
If she don't text me back fast enough, I'm checking her location.
I feel like that's
Location.
gonna be a thing. I feel like
It's
that's gonna
already
be
a thing in this household.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's gonna be a
Somewhere, I
thing.
don't know
It's
where
already
she's
a thing.
doing. I'm texting her asking where she doing.
Yeah. Like,
Oh
why are
my
you in North
gosh.
Actually, out
Carolina?
here like this. What are you
Right. I
doing
can't.
besides being my
Right. Yeah.
mother?
What are you doing in Virginia? What are you doing in North Carolina? Like,
That wasn't on the schedule.
Why are you not home yet? Where are you?
where are you? Are you home?
But it's
Dog
nice
that.
though. It's nice to know that there are two human beings out there who you are their priority. Like they're like, I don't
Yeah.
care what I got
I
going on.
can't get
I wanna
into
know where
any
my mama is.
trouble. Can't get into any trouble. Let me tell you, I cannot.
I
Cannot.
love it.
My favorite is the random pictures from the inside of my house during the day.
Oh.
Here's the picture of
I'm
your kid.
guilty.
Okay.
That's her.
Here's your picture. Like, I'm like, is that my
Oh,
bed? Are you in my bed?
That's me.
okay.
I'll go to mom's house and get in her bed just cause.
Yep.
It's
Yes,
comforting in
Mother
there.
Elaine.
I
Check
like
up
it.
on mom. No,
I
it's
love
more
it
like put
though.
your mom on a leash.
I love
Don't
it though.
let
But
her have
that's
any
a beautiful level of comfort. I love that. Like
What,
I
in
know
our
it's a
bed?
bit, it could be a bit much, but I love that. I do. I do.
Yeah.
Um,
Zori,
yeah.
did you
Yes.
have a question?
I do. Okay. So now that we're on this great journey together here, so what is one thing you would like me to work on? Be gentle.
I'm gonna be gentle.
Be gentle, please.
Thing I I would like you to work on trusting your sister and I a little bit more with your heart and your well-being, and just letting us help you when you need us to help you, not bottling up things and you know getting things, doing it on your own until it becomes too much for you, and but you have it's me, that you are me. And so you saw me have to, when I raised you guys, I had to do everything on my own. So I have to admit that even now it is hard, besides, praying to God, because I always tell you, don't forget to pray, right? But I think sometimes you forget that your sister and I are in your corner no matter what, good, bad, the ugly, indifferent. And I would just like you to trust us a little bit more to be there for you, to, help you with whatever, you may be going through, or I mean, and not having us find out later on that this was what was going on with you, because we both could stand in the gap for you, we both could pray for you, we both can, slash somebody's tires. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't tempt me with a time.
So
I ain't a daughter, but I'll fight someone. No, that's not.
but and that we are here. Sometimes I feel like you feel like you're an island, and that you're all alone, and that is not the case. You have been mine since the day you were born, and you're going to continue to be mine long after I'm gone. So that's my thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's something you want me to work on?
Stop calling me all the time. Stop tracking me
Oh.
on my phone. Stop. You do all of that.
All right, well, that's not going to happen. So
Yeah, that's what I would like.
I appreciate
So
the honesty.
No, Zaina is that I don't know how to describe it, but she gonna let you know. She's gonna let you know when things go wrong. So I don't worry too much about not knowing what's going on with Zaina, but I do worry about Zori. I worry about what she's going through, and whether or not, and when I hear it bothers me. I instantly want to jump in it, because again, I don't want you to do things alone, and sometimes I think that you feel like you have to, Zori. But Zaina, I'd have to think about that. What do I want you to? Stop tracking my phone. Stop bullying me into eating right. Y'all, she makes me eat this stuff that's not healthy. It's terrible. Healthy food.
What do you mean it's not healthy?
Awful.
It's healthy.
Healthy food is awful. All right, we digress. Larissa and Layla, do you have any questions for your mom? Any other questions?
Go for it.
This is your chance. This is your time.
Anything you want me to work on?
Anything I want you to work on. Okay, so I'll say this. You have an amazing spirit. Like, you are one of the funniest kids I have ever met. You are just like, you are a bright light in our household. You really, and we've said that since the day you were born, that we had a lot going on at the time. Your sister was newly diagnosed with autism, and we just had a lot of things to wrap our mind around. And while we were confident that God was going to get us through that, I think you being born was a beacon of joy and hope. And so when I see you kind of and I know that you're very laid back, and that you're you're pretty introverted, but I hope that you start to become more and more comfortable with coming out of your shell a little bit, and having the confidence. There's so much that and there's so much that you're good at. And I think a lot of times you kind of retract in, and I just want to see you bloom and really not be afraid of all of the talent and all of the gift. And I'm not just saying that because you're my daughter, you're amazing, but really, you have so much inside of you. And I know that we say this around our house all the time, but the things that have really encouraged Layla to grow have so much to do with you. I don't think you really understand. Like,
Mm.
we always believed that, Layla was going to do well and she was going to progress. But when you were born and as you started growing, it was like Layla was like, oh, she's doing that. I want to do that.
Mhm.
And it really pushed her. And it pushed her to talk. It pushed her to, all those different things. It was like you were just growing and growing and growing and moving so fast that Layla was like, oh, I want to do that too.
I have to catch up. Mhm.
So I hope you know exactly how much you have inside of you and how much you are a leader. Honestly, you're a leader. Like it might not always feel like it, but you're a leader. You really are. So
It's like Miss Vicky said, she is a wonderful,
an
little sister.
amazing little sister. So I hope that you start to embrace that as you get older, these high school years. So
Is Layla still sitting over there?
yeah, she's here.
You have a question?
You have any more questions you want to ask mommy?
What?
There is a question for Layla, though.
Oh, there's a question for Layla?
There is a question. So, Anne says that
Ooh.
Layla's pictures of her invite to the prom were so
Oh.
beautiful. How are you feeling about this?
Layla, how are you feeling about getting asked to the prom?
Like happy?
You're happy?
Yeah.
And who are you going with?
Gabe.
You're going with Gabe. So a little backstory for anybody who doesn't know. Layla got a promposal, which I didn't even know that was a thing until
What?
it happened. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
So a young man in her class, who I hope his mother doesn't mind, is also diagnosed with autism, who they've known each other since about around 8th grade, and they've been in high school all 4 years together. He, of course, with his mom's permission and with our permission, and mom and dad both gave their blessing, created this amazing collage of like pictures of them throughout the years where they've gone on different things together and stuff like that, and asked her to the prom and gave her flowers. And Miss Ann, I was told that he picked the flowers out himself. So
she said she loved the flowers.
Yeah, so it's definitely been something to get used to. Another part of, and I'm sure, with daughters in your 20s, you get used to them growing up in that area and having to let them live a little bit.
Okay. And here's a question for Larissa.
Ooh.
Right? Larissa, what is one thing mom is tough on you for?
Oh, it's one thing I'm kind of tough about. This should be good. Got anything?
It's super tough on me about this, but like trying to get me like talk to people more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I know sometimes you give me that look like, Mom, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to say hello.
Right. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to say hello to people. Zori and Zaina, you're beautiful. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom has been a light on Tuesday nights. Yes, I try. What is the one thing you would still like to see her do? Ooh, that's a good question.
You can go first, Zaina.
You said I can go?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things I'd like to see my mom do. Mainly because like she said, she raised us like we were her entire life, and now that we are grown and we both have our own, like we're both getting married in the next 2 years and we'll have our own stuff. Mom's kind of figuring her way of who Markeisha is now that she's not Zori and Zaina's full-time mom. So I definitely want to see mom finish her PhD. I would definitely like to see mom eventually find love in the right man that treats her right. Not some of these cornballs that be out here. Um, and I would also like to see mom move eventually and really like spread her wings. Like I know Delaware is great and all, but like I feel like also it's tied to a bunch of like, oh, this is where I raised my girls. Like I feel like there's so much more of the world that should see Markeisha, not just what Markeisha should see, you know? So I think those are like my three things that I would love to see mom do. But also she can see a lot of the US by coming to live with me eventually. So
This child had me living up in the house trying to take care of her kids. Fuck.
you're gonna take care of them kids.
Do I
Thank you
look
very
like
much.
mama?
You still got another like good 5-6 years.
Listen, if I
You gonna
use
take
if
care
I
of them
could use
kids.
the kids to get me some men's,
I
you
don't care
know,
what you do.
you
You
know
just
how
don't want some
you know
kids.
how they used to have
Child care
men,
is
you know,
expensive.
men use their dogs to pick up women.
It's
Go
gonna be
ahead,
all
be
right.
my
It's gonna
grandkid.
be all right, ladies. It's gonna be all right.
What about you, Tori?
I don't agree with you moving. Like, I need tax-free places to send my packages to.
That is important. That is
You have to
important.
stay.
That's funny.
You cannot
That is
go
important.
nowhere.
That's important.
Very important. I immediately, when I think of that question, I would love to see you get married. I just feel like you're deserving. Like, if it's not me, if it's not my little sister, like, who else better to deserve that? So I think that is
Oh.
what I would love for you to see. Just because, like, I watched you. You know what I mean? Like, I saw everything you did, and I just think you're deserving of it at this point. Not that you weren't before. Definitely were before. But
Yeah.
I think now you're like this fine aged wine, and like you've raised two daughters, you've gotten your, as you say, shit together. And I just think that I think that that's just the next thing for you to do. Yeah.
Would be nice. I would,
It would
you
be.
know, it would be real nice. It would be real nice. So some of the comments back to Layla's proposal. She enjoyed, Miss Vicky said that she enjoyed his asking and the way that it was done. It was done. I saw the video.
Mm-hmm.
Zaina, do you give your 100% girl 100% knuckleheads? They
It's
are.
awful.
Yeah,
I've
dating
said
is
this
hard out
before.
here in these streets. Yeah.
My fiance Michael just does not play about his mother-in-law, and I was telling him one time about this one guy, and he was like, "Who does he think he is?" He was all
Yeah.
upset. You can't be out here like that. A man who sees the value and the amount that you
Mm-hmm.
have to offer, that's who we need. And a man who doesn't need to put you down in order to make himself feel better.
Right.
He
And
just needs to see you and lift you up.
Right. And God will put the right man. Yes. God will
Absolutely.
man, prayer for man in my life. Yes. And that is why I don't worry. I don't worry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I need to get my friends' addresses to send my packages to. Oh my gosh, Iris. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes, some packages came for you today, sorry. Anne says that daughters are extensions of your mom. Your moms are gifts from God, and your mom will always be full time. Yes, I will. And Dora says, yes, been there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for the foolishness. Yes. So there's another question for Larissa.
You popular tonight.
What is your hobby? What do you love to do?
Oh, that's a good question.
I like to listen to music, and sometimes I like to draw.
I can believe that. I can believe that
It's like
because you're on the stage crew, and so
Mhm.
that takes that takes an artistic eye to design a set. No doubt, no doubt.
She's really good. I'm not saying that because I'm
Mhm.
her mom. She's good.
Yes, yes. All right, so I'm going to start with moving towards the final question. What you think, Shara?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we have a question that was posed from one of our Faith Filled Moms team for all of us to answer about our daughters. And that question is, what is your biggest prayer for your daughter? So Markeisha, you go ahead.
My biggest prayer for both of my daughters. One thing I prayed about before is their safety. I've always prayed
Mm,
for their safety, as well as my two nieces and my nephew. Um, I always pray that wherever they go and whatever they do, that they are always placed in the path of people who will be kind to them, who will help them, who will cover them. So I pray that hedge of protection over my girls. Um, my but my overall prayer is just everything that could possibly be awarded and afforded you, to remember that you are so worthy, and to remember who you are and who you belong to, the Most High, and to always, always, whenever you're in that time of need, to never, ever, ever forget to pray. What about
awesome.
you, Shara?
I mean, oh, so my biggest prayer, I think I certainly resonate with everything that you prayed, Markeisha, in that safety and covering God's hedge of protection continuously around them, wherever they go and whatever they do, especially as they start to journey closer and closer to adulthood. And I start to realize how crucial that prayer is, especially with Layla being so close to 18, and just wanting her to, just as you said, Markeisha, be placed in careful hands at any point of her journey, of her day, of her week, that I'm not nearby. I always think about when they're going to move out on their own. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes that really does a number on me. But I pray that they're always safe, that they're always put in the path of people who will show them kindness and godly kindness. And I think my biggest prayer is that they never let anything hold them back that is not God clearly giving them the direction to, um, on their path, which way to go, but that they're, in a sense, fearless. That, that and we're told, from the Bible, that God does not inhabit the spirit of fear. He doesn't give us that. So I don't want them to ever feel like they can't do something. And that's for both of them, honestly. I don't ever want them to feel like they have to cower back in fear, or feel like they don't have confidence in themselves. I want them to really shoot for the stars, in a sense. I really want them to not feel like, they're ever not enough, or and to never put themselves in positions where they're holding that definition of them, like someone else is holding that definition of them. I want them to always be very, very strong and secure in who they are, be able to stand, what is the term? Flat footed, 10 toes down, and be able to, define who they are based on God's truth about them, that they really are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that, He's got an amazing life. He's got an amazing plan for them. And I just hope that even when things get hard, that they remember that they're our daughters, but they're also God's daughters. And that, and that they always, that's another big one, that they always have each other. I don't want them to ever forget about one another, that they always have each other to lean on, and not just one way, like, I don't know, it would be always Layla's always leaning on Larissa or anything like that, but that they both have each other, regardless of who else comes in their lives, that they have each other for support. I pray that they always have that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that to the girls too. When I'm not here, you two just have each other.
yeah.
I do want to do this one last thing, which I think is amazing. Uniquely Curious, Nicole said, can you all describe one another in one word? Mother to daughter and daughter to mother.
Okay. Y'all want to go first?
I got this.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, am I supposed to describe my sister too, or am I just you?
Just me. We'll do just me.
Okay. I would say my word is resilient.
Mm. Okay.
My mom, you're like the most tough as nails, been through so many things in your life that anything that comes into your path is immediately destroyed and pushed aside. Because not only do you walk with God, you walk in strength and resiliency. So I've seen, my entire life, I've been on this earth for 24 years, and there's one thing I can always say is that my mom is probably the strongest woman you will ever meet. So resilience, resiliency, resilient.
Resilience. Yeah. Zori Green.
I feel like she took my word. That was such a good one. I would think strong. And that can be strong-minded. That can be strong mentally, physically, strong in faith. I feel like you just always saw the picture, and the strength that it took to get there would be my word, is strong.
Okay. So for you guys, Dana, well, I would say you both are, both you both have my back. So supportive. You're both supportive. We joke about you all having my location, but I know that it's because you all worry about me and don't want anything to happen to me. So for Zaina, though, I would that is so hard. It is. Zori, I would say you're tough too. You more so than you give yourself credit for. You are tough. You're also strong and resilient. So are you, Zaina. Strong, resilient, supportive, and you both love me unconditionally. I know that's not one word. That was hard, Nicole. That was a hard one.
That is hard. Wow.
That was hard. Okay, what about you, Shira?
Rissa, do you have one word that describes me? Okay, what is it?
Intelligent.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that one. Y'all intelligent. Yes.
You can't take my word.
I'm using it for my daughters.
Layla stepped away, so
Okay.
we'll see if Layla decides.
We're just happy that Layla stayed with us that long.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Layla, do you have one word that you would use to describe me? Is there a word that you think describes me? That describes mommy?
Touch.
What's your word?
Touch.
I'm in touch. Like I'm in touch with your feelings.
No, I was just touching you.
Oh, you're touching my hand. That's what you mean. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, you're touching my hand. I get it. Okay. She's got my hand right now. So that's
Yeah.
where we are. I
And
guess
yours
my
for them?
word. My word for Layla, and you can see it now, would be happy.
Mhm.
No matter what, even when Layla's in a bad mood, she's happy about it. And she just, ever since she was little, she's always been smiling everywhere. So that's always been her thing. She's always been happy, and I've always appreciated that about her, because I know life can get a little hard. So
Yes.
she's happy. And for Larissa, I can't use your word on you, so I won't use intelligence. For you, I'd have to say, I think you're pretty empathetic, because you are really in tune with other people's feelings, and you don't say a lot, but like you can like tell if I'm having a rough day. And you just do little things. You think I don't notice, but I do. You just do little things. So I think you're extremely sensitive to the feelings of others, and I think that's a really strong quality. So thank you.
Right.
Did we have any more questions from the?
We had some. It was about favorite songs. And asked about a favorite song, but I don't have a favorite song. It's for the girls. What is your favorite song?
I can say for us, we have way too many. So
yeah, that's why I was like, I don't think that's just a one shop deal. So,
but I will say for the Christmas holidays, we do. What? We are some Pentatonix fans over here.
Oh, so
we will get to sing in some Pentatonix and try to do a little bit of harmony here and there. But
we do songs that we know that Christmas is officially here. So for me, it's Donny Hathaway's "This Christmas." Zori, what is it? What's yours? How you know that Christmas is here?
It's Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Zaina, yours?
It's basic, but All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
Classic.
Mariah
Carey. I hear
that
the like doon 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 in the beginning. Yeah, it's Christmas.
So we would do things like that, you know. How do we know that it's Christmas? And whenever we hear our song, we'll text each other and be like, "It's Christmas! I just heard Donny Hathaway singing this Christmas." You know, we do stuff like that. And so, but we're going to wrap it up. And thank you so much for the compliment, Tanya. And said that we did good tonight. We did amazing.
We tried.
Motown's Christmas, Motown Mondays. Nice.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. We enjoyed all of your questions. By all means, you can continue in the chat, and we will definitely go over to Facebook and respond to them. Don't let this be the last time that you join. If you're new, I don't think anybody's really new tonight, but continue to invite family and friends. Next week, we will have a special Where Are They Now? And we will have some of our returning guests coming to give an update on their life. Rebecca Robinson from our adoption series, Tamika Colick from our mother's health conditions, and Shanna Thomas from our traumatic child injury series. So we're looking forward to updates, and we've been keeping in touch with those moms and hearing different things going on in their lives. So we're looking forward to what they have to share next week. And then as we prepare to go into January to continue our season, we definitely want you guys to continue to stay with us, to stay connected. Again, go over to faithfulmoms.org and check out some of our past blogs, and we look forward to that in January. We will be doing moms who have experienced the loss of a job, and we are planning to do moms who have children who identify as LGBTQ, and we also have a series lined up for anxiety, and moms who are adult children of their parents who had addictions. So we're looking forward to what God has planned as we dive into those different series and everything that God is going to do through those conversations. And as always, if you know someone who would like to share their story, who would benefit in any way from the stories in the series that we cover, please invite them to go to faithfulmoms.org. They can link up with us and send us their information. And if they're looking to have their story featured, we would love to talk to them. So again, head on over to faithfulmoms.org. We love you. Can't thank you enough for joining in on us and our amazing daughters. Zaina, Zori, thank you so much for joining in with your mom. And it's been awesome. I know we are ready for bed now.
Yes, thank you. And thank you so much, Layla and Larissa, for sitting in with us. Thank you, everybody, for the wonderful comments and encouragement, the questions, and everything. So with that, also, just as a reminder, sister, I got your back. If you use the discount code FFM when you're registering to receive that discount. And with that said, we're going to sign off. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night, everybody.